Hello, friend. This is Ryan Hicks of TalkToProfit.com. Today I want to talk to you about the value of work. There's this misnomer today that, work was part of the fall and we're not supposed to work. We're just supposed to relax and be righteous and holy, and as if righteousness and holiness means being indolent. But there's this mentality because after the fall, man was cursed by thorns and thistles, he will gather his bread. The hard toil and labor that would come in, but that wasn't the case. Before the fall, God put Adam in the garden to dress and keep it. He was to work, he was to flourish, he was to be productive. And this idea that non-productivity, laziness, indolence is somehow godliness, my friend, there couldn't be a greater error. From the very beginning, God wanted man to be like him, to be working. That's why when Jesus came and people talked to him and were fretting over why he's doing miracles on the Sabbath, he says, my Father works today. He was always looking to his Father, looking to the example God was giving. God's not lazy. God's working and producing and creating. And we see that from the massive, infinite universe that we live in. Infinite by our own concept of being able to measure. We can't measure it. We can just guess. And the billions of planets, infinite numbers of planets and suns and galaxies. There's no end to his creativity, no end to his work. Why would you then come in and think that he created you to do nothing, to sit around, to just lay around and do nothing at all? That's not the case. He never would want that for you. One, because the most important thing, and this has been understood all throughout history, is that work is ennobling. It builds your character. It helps you as a person. It helps you psychologically, mentally, physically, spiritually, in all areas. Just look at people who don't work, who sit around all day playing video games. What do they look like? Not just physically, but their lives. It's shambles. They're generally overweight, obese. Their motivation's gone. They're living simply to be entertained. Where entertainment in the past was used as a form of relaxation, now it's a way to live your life. And the productivity and usefulness and creating things and being like your creator is gone by the wayside in so many people's minds. Instead of being creative, they simply live off the creativity of others, whether it be in the form of movies or music or books or magazines or whatever, websites and videos and everything. They're producing nothing, and they think it's good. I'm not criticizing people's ability to produce. Some people may only have a very limited ability. That's all right, as long as they're doing what they can do, and they're doing it unto the Lord, that's fine. This isn't a competition with anyone else. But there is this mentality, and you see it all over the place. People talk about the law of attraction, but then they talk about, you just don't want to resist anything. You want to just sit around. And yes, you don't resist evil. Jesus taught that. But that doesn't mean you sit around and do nothing and just wait for things to come to you. That's not how the law of attraction ever worked. As many have pointed out over the years, in the law of attraction, the very ending of the word attraction is action. If you don't do stuff, if you don't take action, the law of attraction will not work for you. That does not mean forcing things to happen. That doesn't mean resistance. It just means that when you get this divine, godly inspiration to do something, you go do it. You don't sit around and wait for an angel to deliver what you want to on the doorstep like an Amazon delivery. You take action. And as a creature created in the image and likeness of God, crowned with glory and honor, you do things like he does. You work. You're active. You're not laying around. You're not indolent. You're productive. And I don't mean being productive for some company you work for or something like that, although that's true because you do want to work as unto the Lord. And so if you work for somebody else and they're paying you, then you deserve to put forth the productivity that they're expecting from you. That's something you owe them, and you owe God. But even in your day-to-day life, outside of that work, there should be things that you're producing, activities, things that when you go to bed at the end of the night, you know you did your best. You know you produced. Things may not have went exactly the way you expected them to, but you know that you did what you could. You didn't spend your day working a little bit at work, playing around on social media, come home and play video games or watch sports or something like that, and get nothing accomplished. And then repeat that day over and over for 5 days in the week, have your weekends off relaxing, and then repeat the whole cycle over and over again and call that a life. Because my friend, that's not a life. That's not an abundant life. That may be a life, but that is a failed life. That's just being like these programmed bots, basically, that people get into this robotic life where they're just doing and going through the motions, very unproductive, very entertainment dependent, and not creative at all. So my friend, I want to encourage you today. What can you do to be more productive? It's one of the reasons why I made a journal and planner, and I should mention this more often, the Success and Prosperity Journal and Planner, because if you use that journal and planner, you will get great results because it forces you to write down your long-term goals, write down your short-term goals, write down what you're doing throughout the day and things you have planned to do and things you did do, and then what you're grateful for at the end of the day. And when you do that each and every day consistently, not just one day a week, but consistently do that, you'll start to see your life change. You start to see way more productivity. Because when you put down on paper what you need to do and what you are going to do and things you have done, and you start seeing where you're wasting your time, when you see that 6 p.m. to 9 p.m. window is filled with video games or watching something on some media site, that's going to wake you up and you see, wow, I wasted that much time, because people don't even think about it. It's like counting calories. They think, well, I only ate a little bit. It couldn't have been very many calories. And they realize they're going double what their calorie needs are for the day, their caloric needs. They're eating double, but they just don't consider it. They don't see where it's all going. And so I'm going to encourage you to get that planner, because that will absolutely help you and be a benefit to you and bless you, because I use it every day. It is absolutely helpful. I created it, designed it, I reworked it, I used it, had input from other people about what could be tweaked here and there until I got it perfect, and it's just exact right. It takes very little time, but it will get you organized and make you more productive. That's, of course, if you use it every day. So my friend, I want to encourage you today, be productive, create, do more, be more, and then, my friend, you'll have more. If you're looking around your life, you don't see all the things you want, know that you need to be more productive. Then you will earn and deserve and attract those things that you want. My friend, I pray this is a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.